Hello, beautiful people of the internets. Welcome to day 43 and episode 62-ish of our blinds playthrough of Blueprints. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are no longer cursed, which ought to be a good thing for our run. We'll find out. We have a key card. We've got some allowance up there. And we're going to go find an outdoor room here to get this run started. I hope you're having an excellent day. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope thanks for clicking on this video. Or letting YouTube autoplay this video. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your attention. Let's see what fun we can get up to in this puzzle of a game today. Hovel. No, it's root cellar. Shit. Okay, I'm tempted to take Shrine. On an average day, what outdoor room makes the most sense? Right now, I need to get into Shelter to read the email there, but that's not related to this. I need to get into Root Cellar to check out the distillery system that is going on there, because I read about that in the gardening book. Classroom allows me to try taking the final exam, hypothetically. Hovel, I don't have extra footsteps, and so I don't generally like Hovel, but I don't really remember what else is going on in that room. Shrine, I don't currently have a blessing, so I'd love to get a blessing. And then Tomb, I haven't been down there in forever. The only thing I can think of down there is there any place to break down? Is there any place to break down? Let's go to Shrine. We don't have a blessing right now. We'll go Shrine, and we will definitely bring some money back at some point. I would like to go to Tomb to see if there's any place I could break down brick walls and see what's going on there. You know, something I didn't do last episode that I absolutely should have done. We have other admin keys for the Blackbridge Grotto, and I have not tried either of them. Ann Babbage or Kimberly Thompson, a.k.a. Bab or Tom K. I was gonna try this yesterday, and in the last episode, and I totally forgot. Tom K. Network settings, user database, data files. It's all the same here. Okay. It makes sense that this is the same because it's just a. It is just a. It's an admin key just like the last one was. Sorry. Cool. So my guess would have been that Tom K and More R would have been the same type of. Would have had the exact same access to everything. However, this one should be different. Bab. My guess is it will have less. Only the user database. Okay. Okay. Well, strike out. That's okay. Now we know. All right, let's go see what we can make of this run. What are my goals currently? First off, got to see what the game gives us. Got to be flexible. Got to adjust to what the game gives us. However, I would love to get Armory for a couple different reasons. Torch and or Axe. Both would be perfect with me. How close are we on Logic? We're 2 away, and we're 13 away for the trophies. For the bullseyes, dartboard. Left den. Okay. There's a locked trunk in here. The only item I have is a key card. Break room this early is interesting. So break room this early is very interesting. Here's why I'm going to pick it right now. I would like to end my day by going to the shrine to spend money and then stepping inside and ending at break room so that I start with a key card tomorrow. We put both of those things really close to each other, and we can't fail to get them both. That's my hope. All right, we're doing math. 17 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 3 is 8, minus 7 is 1, multiplied by 18 is 18, divided by 3 is 6. 2 squared is 4, multiplied by 2 is 8, divided by 4 is 2, divided by 1 is 2. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, squared is 1, divided by 1 is 1. Yeah, not bad. We're getting better. We're getting better. So currently we've got 3 gems, 0 keys. Like I said, my goals are armory. Do I have any other goals? Pump room and boiler room side by side. I guess I can cross off draft shrine to see cursed coffers because I already did that. And furnace and freezer side by side. Okay. Otherwise, it's kind of just whatever I feel. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Pantry or bedroom. Let's take bedroom. Sure. Sure. Kennel is exciting. Although this goes kind of the wrong direction, but oh well. We could do Geist bedroom here. We don't have a, never mind. Kennel's not exciting. We don't have a shovel. I'll take Geist bedroom. I like getting the dice early because then I feel like I have a lot of freedom about when exactly I want to use them. Like you get to decide when is a crossroads in this playthrough, like in this run. You're like, this is the moment where I really need to draft something, and so I'm going to use my dice to help me get there. So there's a locked trunk in den that we should remember. There is a... So we should do this. Drawing room, because that might help me get conservatory. And then we'll draft once up here, too. So early security? We'll do spare green room. That looks like a gym. Okay. So we get a gym in here, gym over there. Conservatory, we got it on the first try. Perfect. Please let me make... What was the room I wanted to make less common? I just saw it last time. Last run. What was it? Oh, interesting. Okay. So secret passage is currently unusual. Costs 1 gem. I would be cool with seeing that a little bit more often. It gives me a little bit more control. I think seeing that more often is better. I don't know that I want it standard, but seeing it more often is better. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll even make it better. We'll see. Nook is currently commonplace, which I think is fine. I might need to make it less common, though. I don't know. It's funny. My instinct on this, on Conservatory, the more I play it, is you probably want to make rooms... how do I phrase this? So I think the power of Conservatory long-term is being able to shuffle stuff into... Like, if you think about it long-term. Right now, I'm looking at 3 specific rooms that I get to make more or less likely. That's a very small set of controls. But if you roll Conservatory like 1,000,000 times, Long term, what you are allowed to do is select 4 priority levels. 1, common. Like, we're going to get this almost guaranteed most of the time, as long as it's not 17 million rooms on common. Standard, we get 4 priority choices. If everything is rare, then nothing is. If everything is commonplace, then nothing is. On the other hand, what I'm aiming for is also a moving target. Because right now, one of the big things that I need to do is furnace and freezer like very close to each other. Or pump room and boiler room very close to each other. So while it may make sense to have none of those things be common in the long run, in the short run, I need them common. So in the short run, what I do with these things, it also matters. Do I make gymnasium commonplace? That means that I'm even less likely to get those things I was just talking about. So I need to shift things more towards the rare column in order to get the things that are less rare. Or that are less rare. On the other hand, you could just go with your gut. I don't particularly feel like gymnasium has been hella useful to me. It's a fork, but I lose footsteps. It's also a red room, which is not my favorite. Nook, I think, should be a little bit less commonplace because it has ended up being less useful to me. I can now get keys. When I started this game, I could only basically get keys from storeroom, Nook, etc. These days, I can get them from some other places. I'd still like to get it, probably, during a run. Because a lot of runs I lack keys. Secret Passage, on the other hand, allows me to choose. If I'm drafting towards a corner or a wing, I can say green and very likely get the room that I want. If I'm really low on keys, I can draft toward... It's a room that gives me control. I don't know. That seems fine to me. We'll see. I don't know if those are good calls or bad calls. It's kind of hard to tell. I feel like it's kind of hard to make a decision about whether or not something is a good or a bad call, generally, until you add it with the next 10 times and the previous 10 times that I have drafted Conservatory. Observatory I love for the ability to get me a lot of free shit. Spin the wheel. Gotta spin the globe. All right, what are we looking at here? Gems, keys, apples are better. Perfect. That's 3 for 3. Good things. 1 key. We don't draft from this room because the other room is the one with the ability to... Now we get kennel. Still don't have a shovel. I do have a silver key. I thought that was just a normal key. Whoops. We got to take kennel just for the dog. Just for the this is going to have a magnifying glass in it. Shit. Just for the forks is what I was trying to say. Okay, this is only going to have a magnifying glass in it. It also has a shovel. Let's go. Perfect. I'll take both. We've got lots of gems in commissary. I'm not going to do anything with them just yet. Instead, we're going to go dig. Because we can dig here. We can dig in the... Good dog. Good dog. We can dig in here as well. And we can dig... We don't have a sledgehammer. We can dig one more place, right? Maybe not. There's no dig outside. I think this is fine. Okay. Get a gym here. We're up to 50 footsteps, which is not a lot. Hallway gives us a key and allows us to continue going. Parlor would not. Okay, so the goal is, time to remember the goals. The goal is armory. The goal is spend money at the shrine at the end of the run. And the goal is like pool, maybe. To West Wing Hall. Garage. Gives us 3 keys. Doesn't let us keep going. Boudoir will have a gem for us and nothing else. Pantry will have food and a coin. I would rather have the food, I think, right now with 47 footsteps left. That's right. Gem apples are worth 5 if you've had the shit. I can't Chamber of Mirrors here. Am I tripping? I feel like apples were worth 2 last run. But I have the apples are extra delicious today. But I thought apples are extra delicious only added 1 extra. Does this matter? Not at all. I couldn't tell you how much apples are worth in terms of footsteps. Okay, these are bad items. These are bad options here. We might redraw. Dead end, dead end, dead end. We're gonna redraw. Oh. We got Cloister of Rena, which we have still never tried. Parlor room here gives us gems. This run is... Let's do Parlor, because I think this might be our 40th Parlor. Or our final one. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this run yet. I'm just kind of playing it. There are 2 true boxes. There are 2 empty boxes. That one we know is true. This box is empty. So we know this is true. There are 2 empty boxes. The question is whether this box is empty and there are 2 true boxes. If this were false, it would mean this is also false, meaning the gems are in here. If this were true... Sorry. Hold up. So this one has to be true. If this one were false... If this were false, then this would also have to be false. Yes, being gems were in here. So if blue is false, black has gems. If blue is true, then black is false. Right? Yeah. These two, their fate is tied together. This one is true. Meaning... if this one is... meaning... Yeah. Okay, cool. We got it. Dope. I don't know if that was our 40th one. Or our final one. Okay. Planetarium. God damn it. Why do I always get this when I can't go inside of it? Passageway is the best decision here. It's like the perfect passageway draw. We have to take passageway here. Actually, the perfect passageway draw is to get it directly after boiler room. But other than that, it's pretty good. Storeroom here for an extra key. Garage for extra 3 keys. Patio spreads diamond in each of the green rooms. Not particularly important to me. I don't have car keys. Let's get storeroom out of the way. Because storeroom is in the draft pool for the rest of the house. Garage is not. Garage is a West Wing thing. And I think it's like a West Wing, like, in some of those spots thing. Silver key means it's going to have multiple things, right? Should I have used silver key there? Oh, this is a great place for Cloister of Rena. Perfect spot for Cloister of Rena. Okay. Raise your luck with each green room you draft from this cloister. So, what the fuck? So does those... Oh. So I may have misunderstood this. Statue... Oh, interesting. By the way, wait. Did the description here change? A colonnade surrounding an enclosed and seemingly inaccessible garden. A statue of Rena, the paragon of gardening, has been emplaced here at the behest of the gardener, who should be very pleased to see his dream fulfilled. That's interesting. Silver key means that you have multiple doors. Yeah, okay. So I think the amount of green room... I just unlocked all the doors, by the way. Let's go. The amount of green rooms that I get from here will raise the amount of gems in here. That's interesting. I thought it would raise the amount of luck in each of these rooms. Armory! We take that, and we hope and pray that we get axe or torch. We got shield. We got torch. We did not get the other thing. Light candles and ignite fuses. We're buying that for sure. There are a couple other places I want to try using it, including dining room. We'll take night shield. It's useful, and we will save the rest of the money for the shrine. One other thing I wanted to try here. Nope, can't raise it. Raise the arm. Okay. Let's go here. No green rooms. Okay. Walk-in closet would have 4 items for us, one of which would be basically guaranteed a gem. And probably like a lucky rabbit's foot or something, like a smaller item. This is the we should probably try that. Telescope is a fucking weird item, man. I do not know how I feel about it. I think it's got to be something you get before you go into the observatory, but that's the question mark in my head still, is like, when it says gain an additional effect, that's probably only after you have done it, right? Security would allow us to run an experiment. And set security on high, meaning that our keycard gets better. And access the Eastern file. Indoor nursery increases our luck. Wine cellar gives us those gems for free. I think we take security here. That said... yeah, because it might allow us, it might stop us from having to go all the way down here. We could just, like, go around and then through. Okay. let's go ahead and... Oops. Back. Change that. View estate inventory. Currently, there's 2 trunks. 2 trunks? Should be 1 in den, right? Is that it? One in den? I'm debating starting... I really like shovel. I'm debating starting to get running shoes as well. I feel like running shoes are also helpful. Where would the other trunk be? There's a trunk in den. Were there 2 trunks in den? I don't think so. Let's set up an experiment. Spread dirt on the driveway when we have permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. You know I love that. But our allowance, I think, is honestly one of our most inflated stats in this game right now, which is great. What is the thing we are most likely to trigger? Eating an apple? At this point, not unless we get Secret Garden. Probably. We're relatively far into the drafting. We're not doing classrooms. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps. Then... could be interesting. When you draft a hallway from another hallway. I'd say red room. Let's make it worse to draft a red room, but also we get a benefit from it. And I think we're going to do permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. It's weird, but let's do it. All right. So at this point, our best bet for what we are doing in this run in particular is using the self-igniting torch outside and buying something in the shrine. So we kind of need more money, frankly. We need more money. We are decent on gems. Commissary might let us get more. And then... what else are we hoping for? We got armory. We could still get like a... we could read email here. Yeah, we should do that. Let's do it. Okay, we don't need to power this on because I think it's already been powered on. Let's read email inside of the laboratory, right? See if anything else has happened here. Actually, first things first, data transfers still not working. Okay. Electronic mail from Chef de Camp. Freezer access. Let me write down that name. The C is capitalized, which might be important to know. Randolph, as I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal work hours. However, on Friday, I was making my famous black truffle pizza and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. This is all in 87, by the way, April of 87. Chef, please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive. They're already accounting for normal variations due to expected use in staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to the use of furnace in close proximity. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, even more so in rooms with close proximity. Okay, we were aware of that idea, that could happen. Precautions. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures we should be considering given the likelihood of an investigation next month. The question right now is, how much did Randolph know? The answer has got to be a lot. This is September. The Red Guard, in my mind, is the Finn Ares, police force. Let's check the redacted history of Arinda and see if this has a date on. Actually, I know it has a date on it because it says right here. March of 87, September of 87. So Detective Bon Margle visited after she goes missing and then visited after the jewels are stolen. So this investigation, which one does this investigation refer to? Don't know. Yeah, it does say Red Guard right there. So, okay. So far, nothing crazy here in terms of like lore drops. Precautions, the 31st of August. Lock it down. Lock it all down. That's from Sinclair to Randolph Moore. Amazing. Lock it down. Lock it all down. Oh, I was going to take screenshots of all this shit. Very cool. So, let me just do that real quick. And then we will continue on our way. So this is lab email 1. Lab email 2. This is kind of what I was talking about. So I'm sitting here thinking, what are the odds I'm ever going to get furnace and freezer relatively close to each other in terms of their location? And my first thought is, one, I wonder if I have ever had the opportunity. I don't really know. I have probably drafted freezer like 3 times in this whole playthrough. I've drafted furnace maybe 3 times in this whole playthrough, but I maybe have had the option to draft them somewhat close to each other. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. However, that said, the next thing it makes me think of is related to the like likelihood of drafting them. And the Conservatory, once again. Furnace is currently a rare room. Is it just a blue room freezer? It is. It is also rare. The option of getting either of them in Conservatory so that I can then change their rarity is there. But I think the other option is just to make other things a little bit more rare, and maybe the likelihood is that it will eventually come back. With 46 footsteps, I am going to continue drafting north rather than running all the way around to try and draft these other items. That said, use a regular key here. Courtyard here is good. I'll have dig spots. Dark room, I can night shield. This is like a perfect night shield situation. Right? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. That raises our allowance. Drafting a red room. We did lose 5 steps, which I didn't think about. Probably should have paid attention to that, but oh well. There's a key. So let's continue north first. Maid's Chamber would give us another trigger of the thing. Office cost 2 gems. Would give us a gem. Would give us money to then pay the shrine off. However, one of the other things about Office is I don't know that I'm ready to... It would maybe make us more likely to solve the chess puzzle, but I don't know that I'm ready to give up armory just yet. I think we probably just go boudoir here. Let me draft this other room here and see what happens. Like what's our win condition here? What is our win condition? I think our win condition... There's Furnace. Our win condition for this run is torch outside. That's a win, I think, as far as I know. Torch also to... What did I have something written down somewhere. Dining room or study? There may be candles in the dining room or the study that might use things. So I have to have enough footsteps to make that happen. The other win condition is money to shrine at the end of the day to get us a blessing. We don't have to do it, but it would probably make our life a lot easier in future runs. We're kind of lacking on that one, and I don't know how we make money minus a vault draft here. If we draft Furnace, we have a chance at drafting Freezer, but we also lose 5 steps, putting us at 35. We also are more likely to draw red rooms, putting us at more. I think we should try it, though. Neither of these gets us anything that it doesn't even get us access to a room that we wouldn't have access to otherwise. We have 1 dice which we can use to potentially get us something other than just... There's a turnip that helps with footsteps. Dining room will help us with footsteps. We're relatively close to rank 8. So if we could get a dining room, that would also be huge. I think we go to boudoir. Shit. Should have looked in here before I did anything else. I think I just wasted a footstep. Let's go to boudoir and then see if we can draft Freezer. We get a gem in here for free. I'm looking for candlesticks or anything that can be broken with a sledgehammer. Not that I even have a sledgehammer right now. This is locked. Probably should use a special key here because we want junctions. Oh, baby. Holy shit. Throne room with no cost. Mechanarium with 1, 2. Ah, is it really only 2? Is it really only 2 so far? I literally have to pick throne room here, right? Let's do it. Oh, baby. God, I'm nervous. I mean, candles, first off. Can I light them? No. Now these, though, on the other hand, same thing. Big candlesticks, no rubies in them, though. Okay. So throne room has a lever. Were those candles on before? Those candles are on. What about these candles? I have the item, right? I have it. What about you guys? These knights. Oh, that's the sanctum key. Oh, is this the one that mentions the throne, right? It's gotta be. Holy shit. That's big. Okay, so this run's win condition just changed. Held by a king on his throne. So that is throne room 100%. So we have checked off 100%. I forgot that I did this wrong. Kids, if you are debating studying Photoshop in school, you should do that, because I have a self-taught, very terrible knowledge of Photoshop, and it fucking shows. It's so bad. I never ever remember to put things on the layers that they should be, etc. That's a different color green, which I hate. Let's go ahead and make sure it's the good color of green. Perfect. Okay, so throne is done. Clock tower. Here on the furthest rank. Major if you draft it quite late. That's music room. And then we got one from either the 4th or the 6th line. Exciting. Okay, cool. Amazing. Fucking amazing. So this run has now changed, and now I need to think about the footsteps a little bit differently, which is great. Now I need to think about how we're going to get down to the... now I need to think about how we're going to get down to the inner sanctum with our sanctum key and 35 footsteps. It is also very interesting that the throne room has a king in it, so I should add that to the list. So throne room is just kind of, in some ways, a less... This is going to sound terrible. Throne room is a less interesting room than I thought. It says reclaim the crown. So I do think maybe something more here is going on. But for now, it just has a sanctum key, which is great. And a lever to get into room 46. Of course, that's interesting because it means I don't have to go to inner sanctum first. But oh boy. Okay. So here's what I need to think about right now. I was going to write something down. I was going to write down that there's a chess piece in here. So for the chess puzzle, the king is also in the throne room, meaning currently we are only missing a queen, I think, for the puzzle, if I had to guess. So hell yeah, there's the I think the Orinda Ares realm sigil. So the next question is this: Do I know any realm sigils that I have not solved? Like what key should I use the sanctum key? What door should I use the sanctum key on? I don't think that I currently have any figured out. Like any extras? Currently, I've got 4 doors open and only 3 of them figured out. But I get to choose which one to do on this next one. So I don't know. Okay. Let's draft and see if we can get a freezer. Relatively close to this closed exhibit, baby. I mean, we might as fucking well. That's a red room too, meaning it takes 5 steps. It will trigger our thing. Aquarium would also take 5 steps, though. All 5 of these would take 5 steps. Or all 3 of them. Let's just do it. It's time for new rooms. Why not? Your allowance has been raised, but our footsteps have also been dropped. Now, see... So this is their test. It's the Red Prince's crown, by the way. That's 100% the crown from the Red Prince in the game. 100%. Why is it low right here? You know what I mean? This thing is like the barrier is high all the way around. Except for right here where it's kind of low. These are the fake guards. Oh, a puzzle box. A lock-picking kit. Hell yeah, brother. Okay. Dearest children, the pieces are in place and all rigid cogs have been greased. Pharaoh, who the fuck? This is the name from the map, right? Children. Why do you say children? Let me write this down as a big question. Who is Pharaoh? Also, is that meant to be pronounced like Pharaoh, P-H-A-R-O-A-H? Or is it Pharaoh? Pharaoh makes a lot of sense. In the safe house, on the map, as soon as I can find it. I don't know where my photograph of the map is. How do I not have a photograph of the map in its entirety? I definitely have a photo of the entire map. Oh boy. I got too many images. Okay. I actually can't see it, so I don't know. One of these things definitely said Pharaoh on it. Somewhere on the map, but I don't know where. How am I missing the entirety? I took so many photos. Okay, the pieces are in place. All rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Tuesday. The routine changing of guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Learson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved guard, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves. No Oxford comma? To spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute that task on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us. May the black skies shield us. May our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Pharaoh. Closed exhibit letter. Okay. We got a lockpicking kit. I would say is not useful at all to me. 2 fake guards. A Morajai box that probably needs to be... what color? Red? It does. So, what we need to do is find a way... Red will convert black to red. Orange will be converted if surrounded on 2 sides or more. But that will still always leave those. So then what do I do to get those? Does this work? If that will only... So I think you have to get 1 on left and 1 on right, right? These will convert. These will convert, which will convert all of those. Perfect. Done. Let's go. Let's go. Our allowance is going up today. Can I reach this crown? Do I need to reach it? Is there a reason to reach it? Something is like this part is down. I don't know. You know what I mean? Look at the height of those 2 things. Lower. Looks like I could jump over it. Also, here it is like stapled to the wall. It's connected to the wall. Over there it is not. Why is that? Why is that? Am I overthinking things? Probably. That's my tradition. All right, let's look for a freezer. Things are not still red. Things are not still... They're still waving from the heat. Courtyard may give us some food, which I think we're going to need to get out of here. Dining room, courtyard. Sorry. We're looking for dining room. Anything that gives us food. And study. Dining room and study are also things that I might be able to light with a candle. So we're hoping for either of those. Okay, there's a sledgehammer for a chest, which is interesting. We've just unlocked all of the doors in here from Kennel. Okay, 2 new rooms. And both of them were pretty, self-explanatory. Painstakingly produced accurate reproduction of the so-called closed exhibits. I want to get to that crown just because I think it would be cool. I don't know if it's possible, but... A turnip. There's some footsteps. We have to be very careful about every red room we draft from here on out. It could be real bad. Vault gives us money for shrine, which is probably the best case scenario we could hope for here. We do not have a break room to end. We do have a break room to end on. That's right. We drafted it really close. We have a rook in case we didn't already. We still need a queen if we were to do anything with the chess puzzle. Okay. I think we just draft from here and then maybe foundation on the way out. And that's kind of it. Okay, we'll take Planetarium just because it's the... Aquarium would cost us 5 footsteps. Just for the chance to get into the antechamber. It's a new room day. Let's try Planetarium. I've never been here before. If we call it here, we gain 2 stars. I don't know that we need to do, but... Telescope in Planetarium as well? What's that do? What's happening? This is a heavenly body. Vea Dark Shadow. Starting tomorrow, each planetarium will contain 1 dirt pile. Does that last forever? Is the So the observatory is additive in a specific way, which is that it adds each star you add gets you closer to the possibility of an extra effect. Is the planetarium different in that you add an effect every time you draft it? Because that would be really interesting. Let's find out what this right here says. Okay. So this is a 50 star. So this is a schedule of exactly what you can expect from the first 25 days of stars in the observatory, not in the planetarium. So in a way, that's actually really unhelpful because we're already on 26. So we're already beyond that. But it does tell us that on the 50th, we will get a new constellation. There will be 7 total on the 40th, which is interesting. And on 29, you get both Diamondus Minor and Major. Diamondus Minor and Major are... Major is +5 gems. And minor is the +1 gem, yeah. Okay, this is interesting. I still have a big question about the telescope, which is... I can't tell if I just got an effect because the telescope worked, or I got an effect because the planetarium happened. But apparently we have the ability... Next time we get in here, there will be a dirt pile. I don't know. My guess is that this, like, compounds. Like, every planetarium from here on out will have at least 1 dirt pile, just based on the way it was phrased. But hard to tell. Okay. Let me screenshot these. So we're going to go ahead and chuck this in the fixed stars folder just because that is 100%. If I remember, that'll be the easiest place for me to find this info. Will I remember? Probably not. Okay. Well, that's that dead end for us. Footsteps to get outside. Let's find out. Just make sure we're not missing anything here. We're looking for candlesticks that can be lit, anything that can be punched, any clues that are sort of, anything is out of place. All of the nights appear to be the same. I love the way the light works here. Okay. So we need to go towards either foundation to draft north just a little bit, or we need to get out of here. The good news is I think we might basically almost go into foundation to get out of here. So our path back is passageway, parlor, etc. How many footsteps do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's plenty. We have 24 right now. We go outside to the thing. We could also go down to the inner sanctum to use our sanctum key, which I think we probably should do. What doorway I should pick, I do not know. I don't think we should have any gems in here. We didn't pick anything, correct? Let's go to Foundation and figure out... First off, we'll dig. We're up to 61 coins, which is amazing. Got some extra footsteps. A rock. Okay. Let's at least draft this room. Oh, we still have... Now, this is interesting. We still have... heat. I would say pool. And then at least the one to the right would still be a chance to get freezer. Lose half your footsteps would be bad. Let's do pool. And then here's the thing I need to look up. Sorry. Freezer costs nothing. Perfect. Okay, in terms of gems. So, lockpick, we'll use a key. Give me freezer. Come on. I don't know that we can pick any of these. Let's redraw. If we get Pump Rim, we should at least try one more to see if we can get... Boiler Room, right? Clock Tower is good for our future, but... Let's try it. See what happens. Here we will just draft something. How much does Boiler Room cost? What would I draft here if I really wanted to? I could draft purple. Go for Master Bedroom. Wait, Master Bedroom is not supposed to be over here. It's only supposed to be on the Eastern rank. Eastern file. Eastern wing. Secret passage could lead me to a red room. I don't know, man. I don't think any of this matters. We'll just take library. So, one last chance here. How much does... We're either going for freezer, dining room, or boiler room. Boiler room does cost 1 gem, so we should have enough either way. Big spot. Give me a turnip, please. I need it. Dang it. Door's unlocked. That's 3 red rooms. You've got to be kidding me. Meaning I have to pick one? Meaning I have to lose 5 footsteps. Fuck off. That's so bad. That's actually terrible. That might actually kill my run. You've got to be kidding me. I made a mistake. You've got to be kidding me. My allowance has been raised, but at what cost? I think I literally cannot afford to try and go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down into that thing. Back into break room. Oh, this is so bad. I don't think I can afford to go into Foundation to the Inner Sanctum. I think that's like probably 8 footsteps. I might be able to make it out, but I don't think I make it to Shrine. The good news is I think the Sanctum Key the Sanctum Key is not a stressful thing. I should be able to get it the next time I draft Throne Room, which is just a room. It's rare, but it doesn't cost me anything now that I removed the cost of it. So I think I have to avoid going to the Sanctum. Parlor, pantry. This is funny. That red room kind of cost me the 5 steps to make that happen. I'm like 99.9% sure. Hallway, then south. We do have a sledgehammer, meaning somewhere we can, and we should be moving slow here because we should be checking everything. We have a sledgehammer. We have a self-igniting torch. The din is the thing that had the chest in it, the trunk. But I'm not going in there. There's no way. 10 footsteps. Do I go shrine first? What are the odds where we're going? I think I probably go shrine first. 8? Yikes! We're going to be down to 7? Oh, no. Then we're going to be down to 6. We're going to use all 60 here. I wonder what my allowance got up to. The arrow button on your keyboard is a way faster way to do that. Blessing of the chef for each different type of spread you do. Okay. That blessing is maybe not the most helpful in the world, but I will say my instinct would be to tell you that that is not the most helpful blessing in the world. However, Footsteps continues to be the resource I consistently have the most problems with. 100%. It ain't keys. Key card has helped a lot with that in general. It ain't gems. Sometimes. On certain runs it is. It ain't money. Allowance is huge right now. We're up to 44. I really hope this works. Because this seems like the whole point of this place is dark. Like the design, the sound, everything is dark. And we have seen these torches lit in another place. Let's go. Tunnel. Always, you found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add tunnel to your drafting pool? Always draw tunnel while drafting in this room. In tunnel? What does that mean? I'll take it, but what does that mean? It's standard. It's been drafted 0 times. Going under all obstacles. The tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. Going under all obstacles. Tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. This crudely excavated passage looks to be the works of someone determined to get where they are going, regardless of whether the house's floor plan is accommodating or not. I am very confused by the idea that you always draw tunnel while drafting in tunnel. Is it like if you draft tunnel, like if you select tunnel as the room, when you get 3 options, it will always include one of them being tunnel? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. That's just me talking through. I know I asked it as a question. That's just me talking through the possibility. A new foreman log. Sorry, if we're going to light one of them, we should definitely light both of them, right? That didn't do anything. Fuck. Foreman's log 621. The complete manifest for all of the excavation equipment has been rigorously checked and delivered to the upper branch. After tomorrow, the site will be sealed and all remaining hardware will be packed up and transported to the original access tunnel for long-term storage. Interesting. So we've just unlocked a bunch of digging equipment is basically what this means. It's unclear if they will also seal that tunnel after our crew has left. I suspect they may want to keep ready access to the gear, especially now that they've begun operations in the East Mine. A month ago, I believe that the discovery of gemstones in that cavern was directly linked to the closure of this site, but now I'm not so sure. The Baron doesn't seem the type to value shiny baubles over history. So this is foreman log 621. Okay. We got 5 footsteps left. Is that enough to get to break room? It's going to be awfully fucking close. Anything else we want to do? We're going to lose our sanctum key. We're going to lose all these items, which is fine. I didn't get to use the torch inside of the dining room or the study. Again, I'm not sure if it'll work there. Every time I see candles, I think I should be able to light that on fire. And then I don't actually... But I don't think candles, unless they have that specific ruby candlestick looking thing to them, I don't think they can actually be lit on fire. Okay. I think we've got our blessing. We discovered, what, 3 new rooms this time? 3 new rooms and a new floor plan? Planetarium, closed exhibit, throne room. One after the other, after the other. Our allowance is also larger. 3 gems for the road. We did not quite get furnace and freezer, but that's okay. I am more likely to draw furnace now. I also learned that, like, I think pool was still affected by furnace's heat. So, like, you have a lot of spaces around furnace that you can draft freezer, it appears. That's going to do it for our run. Oh my god. I saw it go down to 0, and then I wondered what was happening with why I couldn't call it a day in here. Oh, good day. Light torches. I literally called it tunnel. I said light torches in tunnel. Well, it turns out tunnel is exactly what it was. Gave me access to tunnel, a blueprint. I'm still going to go to bed tonight upset that I didn't get the chance to draft Mechanarium because that room intrigues me. Garden Castle of Prayers. 4 green rooms, a throne room, chapel, cloister, and shrine. We got a castle today. All right, that's going to do it for this run. I hope you enjoyed it. Good stuff. Cursed last run, blessed this one. That's all I'll say. I'll see you guys in an episode very soon. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the videos, and I'll keep them coming. We'll keep solving problems, keep solving puzzles. Until next time, bye-bye.